Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And the Lincoln Journal-Star's Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake, sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen. Early break, full show ahead. Plenty to get to in the world of all the sports, football, basketball, everything up ahead. Are you sad this morning, Sip, that your target that you wanted for Nebraska football as a quarterback is not coming here?
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler is going to South Carolina.
How about that?
How about Shane Beamer getting it done?
I regard that with sadness. I mean, go ahead.
I know that was your guy. You wanted Spencer Rattler. He's not coming.
What's the obvious take, though? Why can South Carolina get him?
Well, what they offer him.
That's
the obvious
you are
question,
getting very wise in your third.
Come on, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
It's not.
God,
I don't think he's saying, "Well, what do they have here?" It's what are they offering me that I can come there for?
Yeah, isn't it interesting that your thought shifted to that more quickly than mine? That's wisdom. That's wisdom. I'm supposed to be the wise one here.
Well, sometimes we can reverse the roles here.
Yeah. What did they offer him?
I don't know what they offered. I don't have the numbers. I'm sure we won't see that for quite some time.
Quite a bit. I bet. I mean, that's what they're doing out there in some places. I talked to an SEC coach last week who said, I'm recruiting a kid, big outside linebacker, but I can't compete against everybody because one of the SEC teams put a paper in front of him and said, just tell us what you need. So your question is the correct one. What did they offer him? I bet quite a bit.
Well,
there you go.
I know you're sad, but yeah, you will not be able to watch Spencer Rattler play for Nebraska this upcoming season. That was your dream, wasn't it?
Kind of. Yeah. I think it would have helped the program. I mean, it would be interesting to cover a team that makes a stunning turnaround.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Right. Yeah.
A team that wins 6 games at least and just goes to a bowl game.
I mean, what would you rather cover? A team that makes a turnaround, or is it once again a disaster? Yeah.
I know. No more mud, please. Come on.
Right.
We've had our time in the mud.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff we have a lot. Okay. Yeah, we do. We have a lot to talk about.
As always, you can call or text the show at 402-464-5685. Watch us on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers video stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. The show, again, sponsored by Gaina Trucking. So let's get to this to start off the show before we get to All-American stuff. Last night, Mickey Joseph, Nebraska's new receivers coach, was talking on Sports Nightly, and he said he wanted to come to Nebraska, quote, because I truly believe that Scott Frost has this program going in the right direction. Sip, that's from Mickey Joseph himself. He says, quote, I'm sure people are looking at wins and losses. As a coach, we look around at that sometimes and see what's going on. There's a few pieces he has to put in place. He's on the right track with it. I see a well-coached team on Saturday. I see a team that's playing hard. They've come up short a few times. Mm-hmm. Goes on to say he's going to figure that out. We're going to figure out that on offense with Mark Whipple, we're going to figure out what we have to do to score more points.
Yes. Now, he also went on to say that Frost has given the staff, quote, full reign to do things the way we see it. Now, he expanded on it. He said that's hard for coaches sometimes, especially since Scott is a great offensive mind. But he knows right now he needs to be the CEO and run the entire ship. So there you go. I mean, we'll see how much Frost pulls back. I think that he'll still be involved in the offense. And I think, he'll still be involved in the offense. But I mean, he's giving those guys free reign.
But with that would indicate free reign probably on how you recruit your players then too, right? If those guys are, I mean, if Frost is trying to run the offense, so he might say, I need this type of quarterback, I need this quarterback in general. If you're gonna give them full reign, they can do what they want.
No, no.
Hey,
I mean,
no, full reign. Sip is full reign.
yeah, full reign though. I mean, the buck stops somewhere, right?
Where does it stop at?
Yeah, it stops with Frost. I mean, it's like Fred gave Matt Abdelmassih full reign to recruit the Nebraska basketball roster, but Fred had to sign off on it. I mean, you're not saying that all of Nebraska problems are on Matt Abdelmassih, right? So isn't it the same conversation?
You might start there, but it does not end there.
Yeah, but that's the same conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get it?
I got it.
All right. But yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to hear from Mickey. That's the first time, that's the first time we've heard from Mickey publicly. All those coaches are going to meet the media on Wednesday. The 3 new coaches in Chenander and Frost. So Wednesday's going to be a big day. So that's that.
Good. Well, Mickey Joseph again was talking last night. Good to hear from Mickey.
Yeah,
the
I think
first time since coming back.
Yeah, and one of those other guys will be on there today.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be on the big network tonight.
Good deal.
You sound thrilled.
I'm just
You
saying.
sound very excited.
It's good
I'm sure you'll be tuned
I'm
in.
glad those guys are talking. It's nice to hear the new voices come back.
That sounded very genuine.
That was genuine right there. It's nice to hear them back and talking and giving us some content here.
Okay.
Yesterday, there was the All-Americans came out, and JoJo Domann became the first player in 7 seasons for Nebraska to be on any of the 3 teams. He's a second-team All-American as a nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy since in 2014, you had 3 players, Amir Abdullah, Randy Gregory, and DeMornay Pearson L make their way to All-American teams. Ohio State had 8 players spread throughout the 3 teams. That was the most in the land. And by the way, that's the team that Nebraska had a chance to beat here in Lincoln with their 1 All-American in the game. So I guess you talk about it all the time. It is important. So you finally can get rid of that terrible streak of not having a player on an All-American team for the first time in 7 years. I mean, is there a chance Nebraska can consistently land players on All-American teams going forward? Is this going to be another 1 every 7 years type of thing?
Well, I don't know. But here's where I would start the conversation.
Okay.
The streak of first team All-Americans remains intact.
Still going.
Yeah, and that the last first team All-American was Levante David in 2011. Okay, no, this is not to diminish JoJo's honor, because it's a great honor for JoJo. But I'm talking first team All-Americans. And Jake, do you understand that Nebraska had at least 1 first team All-American throughout the 80s, every year, and throughout the 90s? A first team. At least 1. And in several of those years, multiple first team All-Americans. I mean, we're talking first team.
The best.
Yeah, so this is, I guess, this ended a streak, but not really. I mean, not in my mind. An All-American is an All-American, is a first team All-American. Second team is good, but I'm talking about Rich Glovers and Johnny Rogers and Dave Remingtons, who won the Outland twice, and Irving Fryers and Mike Roziers and Mark Trainowitz and Danny Noonans, and guys that were first round, no doubt picks, Will Shields, Trev Alberts, Zach Wiegert, Aaron Taylor, those type of players. First teamers, Eric Crouch, Heisman winner. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Every year all throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s, at least 1 first teamer. That's amazing when you think about it, Jake.
That's quite a run. Yeah, that's something that, again, when you look back, you realize how incredible it was. At the time, maybe you didn't think it was that incredible because you just expected it.
Right.
But now you're like, holy crap, that was every year.
Yeah, in 71, they had 2 consensus All-American. No, excuse me. They had 4 consensus All-Americans and 1 unanimous. I mean, they had Larry Jacobson, Jake, Rich Glover, Willie Harper, and Johnny Rogers. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that team won. That's a national title team. So that's what I mean. That's how you win. Hey, Jake, that's how you win national titles when you're like Ohio State, right?
Yeah, eight players on the All-American teams.
Right. This is what I've been harping on. But no, this is a great honor for JoJo. It is. JoJo's a unique player. JoJo is a player that can, he's a big guy on the outside in space. Like I always tell the story when I went out to cover Stilly and JoJo, and they had that their NIL. They had a name, image, likeness camp for youth.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'll always remember going out there to where they were practicing or where they're holding the camp, and I just saw JoJo. I'm like, man, JoJo's big. That's a big dude. I wonder if they're thinking about moving JoJo inside. But no, he played that outside linebacker nickel position. And the reason he's going to get drafted is because he's a big guy that can move in space, cover, tackle in space. You saw him tackle in space. How about against Ohio State?
Oh, he made also that great interception in that game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was great in that game.
Yeah.
Doc is cynical as always. We appreciate people's optimism and cynicism on the show. He says, 6th-year senior makes second-team All-American. Nebraska isn't going to have 6th-year seniors every year. JoJo was good, but wasn't a game changer like Lavonte David was.
He was not. I mean, he was good, though. Yeah, so 2011, it was Lavonte David. Game changer.
Yeah, very good. Still a game changer in the NFL to this day.
Yeah, so 2010, they had a couple All-Americans. I'd say Prince Amukamara was a game changer.
Yeah.
From the corner position, which is harder. He was hey, by the way, Prince was unanimous. Unanimous All-Americans. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Lavonte David was consensus. Prince Amukamara was a unanimous first-team All-American. Alex Henry was an All-American that year. In 2003, they didn't have a unanimous or consensus, but Josh Bullocks made at least one first-team All-American team, and Kyle Larson
10 picks, he wasn't a first-teamer.
Right. So 2002, DeJuan Gross was an All-American. 2001, I'm not going to go through all of it, by the way. Okay. 2001, Crouch and Finoti were consensus All-Americans, first team. These are all first team guys. I make a huge distinction there. First team's first team. In fact, there's old school guys like me who just say All-Americans first team. That you're not. I mean, that's your first. If you say All-American, what it says to me is you're a first team All-American.
And it's still possible here. It hasn't happened for a long time, as you mentioned.
JoJo got close.
Yeah, second team's great, and we're happy for JoJo, and that's certainly a great honor to have. But you're right. In terms of Ohio State has 8 players that made it through 3 teams.
Yeah,
they are loaded. As we all know, Ohio State is loaded, and that's a team that Nebraska had a great chance to beat here in Lincoln. They were down by 6 and inside the 20-yard line of Ohio State in the fourth quarter of that ball game.
I know. I mean, same with Michigan, right? Michigan, the Big Ten champ. That's the thing. I mean, there is a distinction to be made. I hate to bring this up, between what we're seeing from Harrison, or between what we're seeing from Fred Hoiberg's team and what we saw from Frost's team. Frost's team did compete, and that's the thing that I'm sure it just grates on those guys over there. Never mind you or me or the rest of the media. It grates on those guys over there. Not in a good way, Jake. I mean, it's not pleasant. I mean, those guys wrapped up their career with a 3-9 record. Yeah. That's not what they came back here to do. Not to play a bunch of teams close and get patted on the back on the way out the stadium after a game and say, "Well, good job. I mean, you guys are close. You're competing." Nah, that's not why they came back. That's not why Ben Stilley and JoJo and Markel Dismuke and Deontay Williams, those guys. That's not why they came
back to make a bowl game and contend for the Big Ten West or win the Big Ten West.
Yeah, they came back to go 9-3, not 3-9.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Do you hear me?
That's why it hurts even more. Being so close and you don't get an award for being close. You get pats in the back, like I said. That's not what people want. They want victories. They want success success stories is what people strive
Right.
for.
I mean, I always remember. I mean, there's certain things you remember, and me and Parker saw this after Ohio State, which was a beautiful day, right? 11 a.m. kickoff. It was a resplendent sunshine on that stadium, and you were there, right? And
Ohio State game?
Yeah.
No, I was at the house. I was watching it though. I watched the game from start to finish. That counts, right?
Yeah. So coming off the field, Cam Taylor-Britt just looked up in the air and yelled, "Close again." That's it. And he was despondent. Like I felt terrible for him. You know, I mean, it's hard watching those guys walk off the field every Saturday. I mean, I can remember Reimer saying late in the season, we want to feel like it went. We want to feel like it feels when you win a close game. But
Never happened.
Well, they won some games,
But yeah, not a close game.
one.
No, they didn't
Not
win a
one
close game.
against a good opponent. Yeah, Chris. Let's go with
Let's
Chris.
get a call from Chris on the Honda of Lincoln hotline 464-5685. Chris, you're on early break. Go ahead.
Good morning, Steve Jake.
Hey, Chris, how are
Chris,
you?
nice to hear from you.
Yeah, it's been a few days, about a week, you guys. Hey, it's always good to listen to your show and stuff, and we're all attentive up here. The All-American team, Steve, Jake, Steve, yeah, you said it. It used to be just you paid attention to the first teamers,
Right.
and Jake, of course, I don't think would remember this, but remember around Christmas time, the Bob Hope Christmas show, he'd parade all the All-Americans out there,
Yep.
introduce them, crack a couple of jokes. You'd see the Larry Jacobsons, like you said, the Rich Glovers, the Rick Bonuses, the Dave Remingtons, the Dean Steinkuhlers. Steve Jake, listing all those All-Americans, and great for JoJo Domann. He had a great year. It's too bad things couldn't have been a little bit different here, but the All-Americans used to be taken for granted on those first teams where Nebraska had one or two. But guys, hey, pay attention to also the homegrown All-Americans.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a lot of those. Matter of fact, I don't know, Steve, if Eric Crouch is the last one or not.
Well, I will look it up while you and Jake continue to converse.
Well, okay, Jake. Yeah, the homegrown All-Americans is what we need to get back and build up. But I don't know. We'll see. These are different times. Jake, you were mentioning there what South Carolina offered.
Don't know what they offered.
I don't know. With this NIL and stuff, it's just I'm really worried. I've always said that the power has shifted here in this century to the southeast, and
Yep.
I'm worried. I'm worried about Nebraska competing in this day and age. I really am, and getting kids, and recruiting's become tougher. All you got to do is look at the recruiting rankings right now, which I don't pay a lot of attention to, but there's probably some credence to them, because Alabama and Georgia are always up there, and they seem to be doing fine. But I don't know, guys. Until we need to start keeping our good high school players here. What is it? The top 2 or 3 rated in the state, they're leaving the state, and we just got to build a program from within again, Steve, like we used to do in the weight room and red shirt. But I don't know. These are different times. I don't know if that's going to happen. But anyway, hey guys, great show, and we're all listening up there.
It can happen. Yeah. Thank you. Homegrown. Yeah, Nebraska has had a couple homegrown All-Americans. One was a punter and one was a kicker. Kyle Larson in 2003.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Former Bengal, Cincinnati Bengal as well.
Kyle Larson in 2003 was an All-American first teamer, and Alex Henry in 2010. Those are the homegrown ones. Now now he's right. Now, the closest thing Nebraska has right now as we sit is is Cam Jurgens.
Mhm.
But I don't
Sure.
think they have Cam Jurgens.
I want- yeah, okay,
I
well.
think he's going to. Now, I heard again yesterday after the show. That's just a matter of days that he'll announce he's moving on. Now, it's always possible Donovan Raiola could change his mind. So you got to watch that. Okay.
I want to give people a little hope here for a second. I'm looking right now at this first team offense for the all Americans announced yesterday.
Okay.
Everyone thinks, this is dominated by Ohio State, Alabama, all these schools that are top 5 recruiting. Here are some schools that have players that were on the
First team.
All
I wanna
American
hear
offense.
first
Are you ready
team.
for the schools?
Yeah, I want to hear first teamers.
Okay, all right. Of course, you got Bryce Young at Bama.
Yeah,
Okay. Then how about this run of schools?
Okay.
Michigan State has a first teamer, and
Okay.
Kenneth Walker wasn't even there last year. Transfer. Okay.
Transfer, yes.
Iowa State.
Okay.
Brees
Who's
Hall.
that?
Brees Hall.
Yeah.
NC State has an offensive, a left tackle. Okay.
Yeah, good
NC
one.
State, average school. Kentucky, average football team. Average.
Mm,
Lineman.
Those teams were a little better now.
Can you-
Hey,
then-
hold on. Kentucky and North Carolina State weren't those 9 winners?
But these aren't Bama, Georgia, like
True.
the teams you assume are going to dominate
Right,
these teams,
right.
right? Okay. Then A&M, good. Not
Jimbo.
great, good.
Jimbo.
Boston College,
Yeah.
average team.
Who's that, by the way?
Zion Johnson, the guard.
Okay.
Then Iowa, who's good but not great. Great, right?
Yeah, you're Hawkeyes.
Nebraska almost beat them this year,
Yeah.
lost, but they won the Big Ten West. Going down, Colorado State was horrible. Their coach got fired. They have a tight end, Trey McBride, who was first team All-American
Man, that guy must be incredible.
because that team was sucked.
Yeah, that guy must be incredible because just think about the Big Ten tight ends that didn't make that.
Right.
Right. Keep
Okay.
going.
Pittsburgh, which had a good year, but typically not a great
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
And that's Addison, the receiver.
Uh-huh.
David Bell, Purdue, not typically
Yeah.
a first team All-American
Make a
team.
good point here.
Then Bama with Jamison Williams, and then then Kansas State has a first team All-American. Deuce Vaughn, all-purpose back.
You're kidding.
He's a sophomore.
You make a good
He's
point.
a sophomore. I mean, come on.
Those
This
are first
isn't
teamers.
littered with Alabama. Again, you got two Bamas and Jamison Williams and Bryce Young, but there's no Georgia players
You're
there.
making a great point.
It can happen.
That's the thing. Please
You can get that. Don't-
shout that.
Nebraska is capable of having a first team All-American.
Say it loud. It's like that.
I just gave
Discover
you
commercial.
schools that should be on the same level as Nebraska is.
Exactly. You're one.
Like those schools,
I'm glad you just did what you did.
those schools will never be like completely out of reach for Nebraska. Bama, sure. Michigan, we'll see about that. I mean, Nebraska's right there with them, but most of those teams I listed, you should be when you're right on par with. So you are capable of getting a player from that kind of
I
school.
don't know how anybody could. I mean, you just made a point that I don't think anybody could assail, or I don't think anybody could challenge you on. Those are all schools that are commensurate with Nebraska in ability to land players.
Absolutely.
And Nebraska's not doing it. And that's okay. Now I believe in what you're saying. And this is tricky. This is tricky. It's a tricky conversation. I don't think there's any reason why Nebraska can't have first team All-Americans and first round draft picks. Nobody can convince me that they can't get back to doing that. Is it as easy? No. NIL's really complicated things, by the way. I mean, the best way to say it regarding Spencer Rattler going to South Carolina is this, Jake. He ain't going there for free. Okay. I mean, he ain't going there for free. He ain't going there because, hey, man, I've always wanted to be a Gamecock.
Oklahoma was my second school.
Yeah.
I'm really a South Carolina guy.
Yeah, no, they came up with something. Okay. And the NIL is an avenue to kind of spread money, but it's not. Do people understand that NIL doesn't mean you just can give money to kids? There's got to be some kind of, it's not just NIL doesn't allow you just to hand $400,000 to a kid over 12 months. I mean, that's not what that means, right? That's not what NIL means. Do you understand?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, but anyway, SEC's always been paying players in multiple sports, but the Nebraska should be able to produce guys. Like,
Well,
I'm telling you,
can-
if that center Jurgens stayed, he'd have a chance to be a first team All-American. He would. I would. Don't you think? Remington Trophy winner,
well,
maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
I think he would. I think he could move into that realm. but I don't necessarily see anybody else right now.
I'm looking at okay, you mentioned there's no reason why Nebraska can't have a first-round draft pick. I'm looking right now at a mock draft for 2022. Okay, a lot of schools.
Yeah, look at it.
Okay, here's some schools that have players projected to be first-round picks. And this is one person's opinion, but I'm looking at Walter Football. As one example.
That's good. Yeah.
They have the number 3 overall pick being a player from Liberty.
Okay. Interesting.
If that doesn't tell you enough, you can have a first-round pick.
Yeah, that's really
Malik Willis, who I don't think he's going that high, but that's
first
opinion.
Rounder though, probably.
But still, Malik Willis of Liberty is seen as a 3rd overall pick, possibly.
Great example. Great example.
Then you got Michigan, LSU, those obviously Bama, Ole Miss.
Okay, Ole Miss. So Ole Miss. What if Ole Miss
Sure.
can do it? Why not Nebraska? Keep going.
Right now, you've got a bad Florida State team with the 10th overall pick, possibly, and Jermaine Johnson, defensive end.
Yep.
Purdue, Karloftis is on there.
Yep.
You look at LSU wasn't very good this year,
No.
and they're still got a couple guys in this list. In terms of that's the top 16 are pretty good schools. I gave you a couple there.
No, those are good examples.
Going forward, Cincinnati. I mean, they good this year, but shouldn't always be up there.
Yeah.
Northern Iowa has a first-round pick
right.
potentially. Sip Trevor Penning, an offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, come on, you can stop right there.
You can
Liberty and Northern Iowa have potential top 20
You
picks.
play this game every year. That's the thing. You can't. Why can't Nebraska just get like somebody might say, well, Liberty got lucky, or maybe there was a direct tie to the staff or something. Well, why can't Nebraska have that? Why can't Nebraska get
although
lucky?
the most of the first round of that projected pick, has great schools. The fact that there's guys from Northern Iowa and Liberty seen as first round picks tells you all you need to know that yes, it is possible to have first round talent and All-Americans in Lincoln, Nebraska. Still to this day.
Yeah, for sure. Even though things have changed dramatically with the portal and NIL.
Michigan State just had a first-team All-American that wasn't even on their premises last year, a transfer.
Right.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, see, that
changed their whole season.
Right. And Nebraska should be has the ability, I would think, to do that. Right.
There's no reason why Nebraska can't haul in talented transfers that can make an impact.
Right. And then they did. I mean, let's be fair.
Toure was great last year for Nebraska.
I'm trying to. We got to balance this out. Toure was an excellent transfer.
He was.
They've
absolutely.
had other ones.
Yeah.
And they'll continue to have those guys. Yeah, this is a very real discussion. It's one that I think Nebraska fans. I think it's important that we point out. Nebraska, again, I point it out all the time because it's very important to understand that Nebraska hasn't had a first round draft pick since 2011, and they haven't had a first team All-American since 2011. That's a long time. That's a long gap. And that explains a lot. It explains a lot. And there's no reason you can't do it. You can't lapse into this acceptance. That's what I always talk about. It feels like there's not all fans, but with some fans, it's just this acceptance. Like, yeah, we just can't get those guys. I'm here to drill into everybody's head that A, you can get them, and B, it's essential to get them. If you think you can just be the little train that could all the time, that we can beat these big boys without first team All-Americans and first rounders. Oh yeah. Okay. Try that. See how that works. Every so often you can do it. All right. Iowa, I mean, you point out Iowa pretty routinely pumps out first rounders these days.
They develop well.
Right.
They
do.
They develop.
Yeah.
That team develops.
Yeah. Iowa doesn't go into the transfer portal and get guys. They're still what you would call a developmental program. I don't see Wisconsin. How often does Wisconsin go into the portal?
Not often.
It doesn't seem like
I
it.
think those teams are they stay who they are. They know what they are.
Right. Now, I don't mind this idea of the transfer portal. It's something that
it's not
everybody,
going away.
No, everybody has opinions on it, and it's changed recruiting dramatically. See, Jake, do you ever think about stuff like this? I talk to coaches all the time, and they would prefer a 2-year recruiting process. Okay, think about this, Jake. They prefer a 2-year recruiting process where they get to know the kid, they understand the kid fully when he gets to campus, or they try to. Well, what's the transfer portal done? You don't get 2 years. You might not get 2 weeks. So you're assessing.
I've seen enough.
Right. You're assessing someone that you're committing to in a very limited time frame. One coach told me the other day, it's like you got a car in the driveway, and it's a pretty car. It's a beautiful car. And you got to look under the hood and assess quickly. Is this it's pretty, but how's the engine? You got to be very quick at diagnostics, or you're just going to be a bad recruiter, because you're just basically kind of taking chances on guys. You can't really get to know them very well. Do you understand that? Do you understand that coaches prefer a 2-year lead up? Like, recruit a kid 2 years. That's not happening.
Those days are
they're
done.
not over.
They're dying, right?
Well, they're dying. They're not as prevalent now.
They're dying.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're dying.
It's still important, but they are dying in terms of the importance when it comes to college football coaches, how they view it.
Yeah, the portal's interesting because it's just a quick fix on both sides.
Let's plug that hole.
Yeah, on both sides.
Yep.
For the kid, it's a quick fix, and for the program, it's a quick fix.
Yep.
I don't know if that's exactly what we wanted. I'll make a point about when we return that I think will resonate with you. Okay, it's something I've thought about for some time. Okay. All right.
Hold that thought. We have more next, an early break in the ticket.
Bagels and Joe is ready for Christmas. Come try their gingerbread cream cheese on any bagel or grab an eggnog latte. And don't forget their delicious breakfast sandwiches or burritos. Order online on the Bagels and Joe app or stop by any of their 4 Lincoln locations. Bagels and Joe.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arndt. In basketball on Thursday, the Lincoln North Star boys won its intercity matchup against Lincoln High, 60-41. Lyndon Brugman from North Star led all scorers with 15. North Star was able to control the glass with 12 offensive rebounds already in the first half and never relinquished the lead. The Lincoln High girls dominated their matchup on the flip side against North Star, 72-14. Lincoln Southeast won over Omaha Burke, 76-78. The Southeast girls also won in their matchup over Omaha Burke, 63-39. Pius fell to Omaha South, 67-55. Omaha South pressed all game and was led in scoring by Jacob Martin with 18. The Lincoln Pius girls also won their matchup with Omaha South, 59-27. In football news, the Lincoln Pius football team will drop back down to Class B in the 2022-23 season, but remain Class A for all other sports. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Tune in all day Wednesday for 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day. Sponsored by Members Own Credit Union and Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. It's early National Signing Day this Wednesday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
If you're thinking about a new career, improving your job skills, or just continuing your love of lifelong learning, Southeast Community College's Spring Continuing Education Catalog is hitting your mailbox soon. It's chock full of options. Learn how to write a compelling grant application, become a pharmacy tech, or even learn to ride a motorcycle. We even provide the bike. Check out your catalog or go to southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC. Your path to possible.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A beautiful December day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, top out near 59 with a south wind at 10. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, a low dropping down to around 50. As we head into our Wednesday, a high wind warning in effect. South-southwest winds could gust over 60 miles per hour or reach a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A commitment to volunteer service is one of many things that makes Nebraska so special. Volunteers give their time, energy, and resources, and they ask for nothing in return. The Step Forward Awards ensures that they're recognized for all they do. Serve Nebraska thanks all the nominators, nominees, and sponsors for helping to honor their dedication. The Jamasina Moore Making a Difference Service Award was created in honor of Serve Nebraska's founding board member, Jamie Moore. Serve Nebraska is proud to honor former Nebraska First Lady Sally Ganim for her support of Serve Nebraska and national service. Once again, congratulations to all the 2021 Step Forward Award honorees. We hope you'll join us online to celebrate volunteerism this year. The event is free to attend and to watch. Visit serve.nebraska.gov to learn how. Sponsored by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is all about the good and creating more of it. More drive-through celebrations, more weekend traditions, more family dinners and lunches, more car picnics and road trips, more desserts, maybe more second desserts, more celebrating being together as much as we can. There's always room for more good and more Freddy's. Keep the good going with a taste that brings you back.
Look around your house. You don't really have any room for Christmas gifts. Things are stuffed into closets, and your garage is a mess too. For a unique gift this holiday, call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for their Christmas organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. Storage options for cabinets, monkey bars shelving, or slat wall. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638. That's 730-1638.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You wanted to continue a thought from the previous segment, start this segment?
Yes. Okay. So we're talking about the transfer portal.
We are.
Right. And the one thing that, okay, so, you know, a lot of people try to justify it and say why it in place. And the one thing they'll always go to is this. Well, Sip, the coaches get to leave whenever they want, right? So the players should be able to. So what you're telling me essentially is your argument for the transfer portal is two wrongs make a right. Okay.
Ooh,
so when you're justifying something with a negative, isn't that sort of a red flag? Right? You don't like the fact that the coaches
two
can
wrongs
move.
make a right.
Yeah, you don't like the fact that the coaches can move. All right. It's way different, by the way. They're different models. I mean, it's a different situation completely. But your justification is, well, the coaches can do something I don't like, so the players should be able to do something I don't like. Okay. That's great. That's great for everybody.
Does it sound to you like it's thoroughly unappealing? I've heard that before out of your mouth before.
Well, what do you think about
yeah,
it?
it sounds like it to me.
Well, no, but what do you think about the way it is now? What I hear from people mostly is this. Well, it's just the way it is, so we got to deal with it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it is what it is.
The portal before now, I mean, if you were going to transfer, you had to punish yourself by sitting out for a full season. And that truly meant, hey, I don't like my situation, I'm going somewhere else. Now you might not mind it, but you want to try something else. And it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like where things are going.
It's interesting
in
too.
college sports.
Like senior days at school are interesting now to me. Like,
how many guys
go
actually
to 2 now?
Yeah.
I mean, you go to 3. I mean, there's some guys who could go to 4, right? It's fine. I'm not really at this point complaining about it because it's the world now. But it's really interesting. And I would say this. Can't I say what Greg said? Greg texted me.
It's fine.
Yeah, Greg in South Carolina chimed in on
Greg in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Greg in Myrtle Beach chimed in on the Spencer Rattler thing and said he would be taking a pay cut to go to the NFL.
There's some of these deals we'll never
a
know
pay
the
cut.
actual money involved. I'm
No.
just really curious.
No,
about
you
it.
don't go up to a player like Adrian Martinez and say, "Hey, what are you getting from the NIL?" I mean, it's just it'd be like him going up to you and say, "Hey, what are you making over there?"
What's
to
your
take it?"
salary, man?
Yeah.
I'll tell
No,
you.
you don't know. You know, there's some guys driving some nice cars, and Spencer Rattler. I always tell that story when we were driving down to Norman. The tweet came out, and he's standing by 2 vehicles that a dealership gave him 2. A truck and a car. Nice. And then he got benched.
Rolling. Yeah. I don't think they were very happy about that.
See, I don't know how that works either. If you get benched, do they take him back?
Does he
Those
he have
leased.
the cars still? Are they
Right.
leased or does he own them?
Right. It doesn't, you know what? It doesn't really matter either. I mean, what's it matter to us? It's somebody's got to make a decision. We'll never know. And it is what it is.
I would assume that this is my assumption that in this day and age with the portal, how guys can go anywhere, that stuff's that's leased.
Yeah, it's leased.
You're not just giving them a car so they can leave in a year and say thanks for the car.
Right.
It was fun.
Right.
Yeah, definitely leased stuff there.
But everybody's got to have a pot of NIL money now if you're going to compete, right? And I mean, I know some figures, like at Nebraska. I'm not going to say them, but I know this. I was talking to an SEC coach last week, and I said what Nebraska's figure is, and he goes, "That's nice. Well, ours is about 5 times that." So now they got it. They got a little bit of advantage, right? They got a bigger pot. So, I mean, we're talking millions of dollars. So that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think people are amazed to hear this. I'm not, because I hear it all the time, and it's kind of going on behind the scenes too. It doesn't really.
The question I would have is that is this just going to go up and up and up?
Well, I would think so.
Money?
Yeah, I would think so.
Like,
So
is there a ceiling for that? Like what?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Like Quinn Ewers is pushing the stuff for he's going to Texas, he's getting a lot of money to go to Texas.
Yeah, a lot of money. So let's just try to define a lot of money. Bryce Young, this is not hearsay. Bryce Young, the Alabama quarterback, Nick Saban told the world is $1 million quarterback right now. Now I don't know, is Spencer Rattler $1 million quarterback? He might be.
Well, now that you chose South Carolina, then I'm sure there's a lot of money he got out of that. It might be $1 million.
Right. Who's the Texas kid you mentioned?
Quinn Ewers.
He's making a lot of money.
He made $1 million to go to Ohio State and leave in a year.
Yeah.
Now he's making more than that to go to
He's
Texas.
Make a lot of money. He's never taken a snap in a college.
He's never taken a snap. He's never taken a snap. He's a millionaire.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the way it is. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I think it's a little odd. To what kids got to do now. So here's the question you ask about Spencer Rattler. So I had that little fantasy about Spencer Rattler coming to Nebraska. Do you think was he even available to Nebraska under the current parameters?
Maybe the question was, what do you have to offer to me?
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. And he might have said, yeah, well, that's nice.
I've got way more offered here.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah. So yeah, the question to open a show is, why would he go to South Carolina? It's a very easy answer. What'd they offer him? That's what it is. It's interesting because I still think old school a little bit. When I saw it, my first thought was, wonder what he sees in South Carolina. Maybe he's always liked the Gamecocks. You asked the proper question. Well, what'd they offer?
That's the first question I asked.
Right.
How much did they offer him? How much money?
Yeah.
He doesn't care. I mean, you can tell me all you want about how they had a surprise season. He wants to keep riding the wave. And the real question is just how much money did he get?
Yeah.
What was he guaranteed in a car?
It's probably not all that. Would he have went to South Carolina if they were 3-9? Maybe not. Maybe not.
So it's not entirely that,
Right.
but it's mostly in the fact, hey, this
Yeah.
team's not horrible.
Greg in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach knows a lot, and he knows the donors at South Carolina. He said he'd be taking a pay cut to go to the NFL. That's so awesome.
College sports are in a great place right now, aren't they? This is a great place.
What we're trying to do is
Very healthy place.
We're trying to do this concoction where we're mixing amateurism and professionalism, and it's not a great mix. It doesn't make sense on a lot of levels, right? And never mind the fact that in coaches, I'm telling you, I just sound like the old man all the time, but a lot of coaches are old men. They're 50s like me. I was talking to a 50-something. He's exactly my age. The whole notion of like a guy like Spencer Rattler making $1 million and the guy who's snapping the ball making nothing. It's weird. As long as the guy snapping the ball doesn't care, it's fine.
You'll never convince me that won't affect a locker room in some capacity.
I know for a fact it does.
I mean, come on.
I'm not. Yeah. You're crazy.
That was a fear we talked about early on in this. And it's still something that I think about a lot too.
The people that argue for NIL they will yell at you that it doesn't affect the locker room, even while they know it does. I mean,
come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on, people.
Yeah.
Open up your eyes. When we come back, we'll get to Song of the Day, and we've got some special guests from Farrell's here.
Yes, we do.
Talking about getting in shape for the new year.
Yeah.
Jeff Essig and Jeb Myers in studio next.
Okay.
On Early Break in the Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A beautiful December day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, top out near 59 with a south wind at 10. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, a low dropping down to around 50. As we head into our Wednesday, a high wind warning in effect. South-southwest winds could gust over 60 miles per hour or reach a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is ready for Christmas. Come try their gingerbread cream cheese on any bagel or grab an eggnog latte. And don't forget their delicious breakfast sandwiches or burritos. Order online on the Bagels and Joe app or stop by any of their 4 Lincoln locations. Bagels and Joe. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years. And their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the Sidetrack Band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12-month same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
If you're thinking about a new career, improving your job skills, or just continuing your love of lifelong learning, Southeast Community College's Spring Continuing Education Catalog is hitting your mailbox soon. It's chock full of options. Learn how to write a compelling grant application, become a pharmacy tech, or even learn to ride a motorcycle. We even provide the bike. Check out your catalog or go to southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to possible.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and in just a few moments, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln, will be joining us with the latest update. But before I bring Andy on, I'd like to tell our listeners about how proud I am to work with Honda of Lincoln. I like the way they provide listeners honest, up-to-date information that helps people make informed decisions about buying or leasing. Hey, Andy, are you with us?
Yes, I am, Charlie, and thank you for your comment.
Andy, what's happening at Honda of Lincoln?
We still have truckloads of new Hondas arriving daily, and there's still more than 500 new Hondas to choose from, either in stock or on the way. Plus, we have 0% APR financing available.
How about used, Andy?
One of our best selections of all makes and models, and we have a great selection of certified pre-owned Hondas that have special APR starting at 0.99%.
That's great, Andy. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
You could celebrate a Nebraska football win with chips or wings and your favorite beverage, but Beatrice Bakery has all sorts of cakes to celebrate all victories this fall. Coffee cake, breakfast bread, artisan cakes, and especially Grandma's fruit cake. No one remembers who brought the chips, but everyone remembers who brought the cake. Make your parties memorable and your Mondays at the office better with cakes from Beatrice Bakery. They ship nationwide. Check out BeatriceBakery.com. Proud sponsors of the Nebraska Shrine Bowl. Welcome to our world of yum.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough?
never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, here you are. There's nothing left to say. You're not supposed to be that way. Did they push you out? Did they throw you away? Touch me now and I don't care. But when you take me, I'm not there. Almost human, but I'll never be the same. Long way down. I don't think I'll make it on my own. Way down. I don't wanna live in here alone. Way down.
Song of the day is Long Way Down by the Goo Goo Dolls. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
I never pushed you away. You're not supposed to be that way. And anything you want, there's nothing I could say. Is there anything to feel? Is it pain?
Once again, your Song of the Day, Long Way Down by the Goo Goo Dolls. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
That was beautiful. I texted you that song
You did.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
right?
last week, actually.
Was it last week? I texted you another Goo Goo song, Goo Goo Doll song.
Goo Goo song.
It was a Sunday, but it was like probably like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know what
And
that one
yeah,
was.
I'm having a hard time coming up with that one. But that one was. I think that's the best Goo Goo Doll song.
Now, that's a hot take right there.
Yeah, I think that's the best one.
That's a very unknown song.
Kind of.
How many people know that song?
Long Way Down. Yeah, it
They
wasn't
think of
one that-
Iris. They think of all the 90s songs, early 2000s. That one is not one that I even knew before you told me about it.
Okay, we have guests. We got to hurry up here, but I'll give that a 9.7. It goes my favorite
Whoa.
Goo Goo's. I mean, I love the song.
9.7.
I think it's an incredibly good song.
Okay, well, Harrison, do you have a score there? 7? Okay, from
wow.
Harrison.
Nice job, Harrison.
We're joined in studio
Yeah,
by a
this is
couple
important.
guests. We've got Jeff Essink from Farrell's, and he brought in a guest, Jeb Myers, who was a Farrell's participant. Before we get into why you guys are here, you get to grade the song of the day. Again, 1 is bad, 10 is good. What do you got?
Oh, I
Jeff?
got a 9. I
You got a 9?
Yeah, Jeff.
anytime you start nodding your head instantly,
Yeah.
it's a good song. It's a good song.
Jeff,
But
I
yes,
can tell,
great.
has good taste in music. I bet, and I would have guessed he liked the Goo Goo's. What about you, Jeb?
Right in the microphone, Jeb. You gotta get right in that sucker.
I'm at like a 7.8.
Okay, that's good.
7.8.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
honest.
Right in between you two, right?
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good scores. Right?
All right,
9
we
and
got to get
7,
to
8.
Jeb's achievement now.
Yes. Okay. We are joined. Jeb Myers is here with the Jeff Essink from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping because we have another 10-week challenge coming up January 8th.
Yep.
Is that right, Jeff?
Yes.
At Farrell's, 2 locations in Lincoln.
Yep.
And the reason why Jeb is here is because Jeb heard about the previous challenge here on the ticket when Jeff was here. We had advertisements going on.
Yeah.
And Jeb, you won the last challenge. That was a 10-week challenge. Tell us what you accomplished in that challenge and your thoughts on the whole process there.
Well, for the most part, I lost about 26 pounds in 10 weeks. I think I lost about 4 inches off my waist.
Think about that.
And 2 or 3 inches off, I think, everywhere else they measure. So it's just a great program that they have going on there. They have people there that show up. You're part of a group. You're held accountable, right?
Yeah.
And it's also right across the street from my house. So
That helps
I
for you.
just
That helps.
I rode my bike most of the time.
Did you?
Yes.
Here's the key question: how much better do you feel now than before you started?
Amazing. I kind of just is kind of a whole life kind of change. And I said, hey, I'm going to take it serious. I had one of my buddies sign up with me, and we just committed to doing it, and just went with it. And, you know, through doctor's appointments and seeing how things went and what their measurement, like, things just changed dramatically for me. And it's just, you know, a life changer.
Congratulations.
Was it something that, okay, so it's a 10-week challenge.
It
So
is.
at what point did it feel like it was just normal and not like hard work? Probably it was hard work the whole time, but at what time did you get like accustomed and used to it? If you ever did.
Probably you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Good
Okay.
answer,
All right, that's a
Jeb.
good question.
You
That's a
don't.
good answer.
You don't get a week or a day off. So you get Sunday off. So it's 6 days a week. I went at 6 a.m. And you can go at 7. You know, there's different times. So you don't. You just kind of just keep trucking along. Now it depends how hard you work, or, you know, I always call it Slack Saturday. Jeff probably don't like that, but Slack Saturday for
Whoa,
me.
Jeff, you gonna take that?
Slack Saturday. So that was kind of, I didn't go quite as hard that day, and I had Sunday off, a little bit of recoup time. So that's what I
need
did.
that too. You know, you
Yes.
need that. That's why we're closed on Sundays. You know, we also allow a free day that you can eat whatever you want there on your free day. So it's not something where we're like, hey, you can't eat anything bad for 10 weeks, you know, because we're human, right? We like food. I mean, if I didn't like food, I wouldn't have been where I was when I started, and Jeb wouldn't have been where he was when he started.
Absolutely.
So the program is 6 days a week. Our nutrition is 6 days a week, and it all kind of ties together in an all-inclusive program, which is we've been offering here in Lincoln for 12 years, and Farrell's in general has been doing these 10-week challenges for 20 years.
So someone might ask, okay, everybody wants to work out and try to find ways to stay in shape. What exactly are you doing in terms of exercises in the 10-week challenge?
So we do cardio kickboxing 3 days a week. And it's just an awesome cardio workout because you get to punch something and you get to kick something. And I can't tell you how many Mondays that we come into the gym, especially during football season, and we get to punch something, right? So we get to take out all of our frustration.
Yeah.
We're all miserable together when Nebraska loses, but we get to come in and, you know, you get to see your friends and you get to take out your frustration. And, or if you've had a hard day at work, you come in the evening. Just punching a bag, kicking a bag is just an awesome thing. So we do that 3 days a week. And then more importantly, we focus on strength training 3 days a week. Because if you really want to change how you look and change your body composition, the strength training and the nutrition is the key to changing that. The kickboxing is so fun. It's an awesome cardio workout, but our strength training, you know, we spend 45 minutes on Tuesdays, all focusing on lower body, 45 minutes on Thursday, focusing on upper body. And then on Saturdays, we offer an hour-long strength training class where we just work all the muscle groups.
Interesting. Okay, Jeb, I got a question for you.
All right.
Did you have someone pushing you, or, I mean, did you have mornings where you needed to be dragged out of bed?
Right.
I mean, how did you motivate yourself throughout that program?
Well, I did join with a guy that I work with, a
Okay.
guy that I've been in the guard with for a long time.
Okay,
so,
the guard. Okay.
He wanted this, you know, he kind of wanted the same thing. And I think I pushed him more. So it kind of made me hold him accountable, I think was the big
And
one.
then in doing that, you're holding yourself.
I am. And then just being there with some of the people that are in our class as well, and just kind of a little camaraderie and
Yeah.
just meeting the new people and being there.
Yeah, that's excellent. See,
Well,
that's
you don't want to be the person that's not showing up.
right,
no,
right. Then no, it's
Don't be
there's
that
a
guy.
guilt factor
There is.
that becomes very significant, right?
Yeah.
Well, and accountability is the key. You know, I'm sure and I've been down the road where I've just started something and I'm going to do it on my own. And, you know, if you don't work out and you're just by yourself, nobody knows you didn't work out except you. So most of us aren't self-motivated individuals, right? Like there were times where, you know, when I was in my 10 weeks, long time ago, you know, there were times I didn't want to go, but I went because if I wasn't there, there was going to be an empty spot on the gym floor where I stood, and I was going to hear about it from my teammates and my coaches and the instructors. Hey, Jeff, where were you? What happened? So that's really the kind of the secret sauce to Farrell's is the accountability, the coaching, and everybody's just, we're all like-minded individuals, right? We're just there to be healthy and be the best versions of ourselves.
Yes.
So the new year always comes with resolutions and people try to stay in shape, and you guys are offering a 10-week class starting January 8th. Why do you believe your program
is better for someone doing a resolution than just trying to go to the gym and convince themselves?
Well, again, like I just mentioned earlier, we have accountability is key. And then we have a proven track record system that really hasn't changed over 20 years. We've been helping change lives in Lincoln here for going on 12 years, across the country for 20 years. I've been with Farrell's for 13 years. My wife's been with Farrell's for 14 years. So between the two of us, we have 27 years of experience of helping people change their life. And then with the program of the combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, it's all one package that has proven results. So if you try things and you just haven't been able to stick with them, the 10-week challenge, and just like Jeb said, your teammates help motivate you, your coaches and your instructors. So, but accountability is the key.
I think it's a little bit of variety too, Jeff.
Yeah.
Because so you're not going the same class every day, right? You switch it up between strength training and cardio, right? And some places don't have that consistent schedule as well. So you get variety and a consistent schedule, and Jeff there every morning to welcome you
with a happy face.
Yeah,
happy face. Here's what people are going to wonder too: what's the age range? I mean, because I'm 55. Would people look at me and go, "What are you doing, old man?
No,
are you lost?"
You would fit right in.
That one guy just celebrated his 60th birthday.
Yeah,
he's been there 10 years and he doesn't miss a day.
Is that right?
Yeah,
is that right?
And our oldest member is 71.
Okay, so it's a wide.
Oh yeah,
you get teenagers, you get high school kids?
Oh yeah, we have our youngest member is 12, our oldest member is 71.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's a beautiful age.
So
range.
it's cool to see when families come and do it, parents working out with their kids, when couples are there working out, husbands, wives, spouses. It's really cool too, because you're holding each other accountable as well.
Yeah,
so it's really for everybody. So we have members of all different fitness levels, ages, members that have worked out in 20 years. And then we have people that start that are in good shape and they're just looking for something different,
Change it up.
Yeah.
That's important.
January 8th is the next one. How do people sign up, and where are your two locations at?
So you can go to our website is fxblincoln.com. And there's a kind of a registration form on there that you can put your info and I will get right back to you. Our two locations in Lincoln, we're off of South 40th and Yankee Hill by the Super Target over there. And then we are right behind Momo's. Everybody knows where Momo's is.
Absolutely.
Off of Pioneers and South 77th. So as for all the ticket listeners, we do give a 50% discount. And normally we make people wait until the 10-week challenge starts. But if you are ready to get started right now, you can enroll for the January 10-week challenge and start right away. So you can get we're 4 weeks away. So you can get 3-4 weeks on us. Give you a chance to get started before Christmas and before the New Year's resolution begins.
Yes. All right. Well, there you go.
Excellent.
10-week challenge at Farrell starts January 8th, but you can start right now if you'd like to.
You can start right now. Yep.
But if you want to be organized with the class, January 8th, again, they are Jeff Essink and Jeb Myers, the winner of the last challenge from Farrell's. Congrats to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good luck with everything this
thanks.
time. And we hope you get a lot of people signing up.
All right. Thanks, guys.
FXBLincoln.com. Top of the hour is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
The workday is long, the bills are due, and sometimes you just need to relax. There's no better way to do that than in your brand new hot spring spa from Bonsall Pool and Spa. With hot tubs as low as $75 per month and interest-free financing, you're sure to find the perfect spa to fit your lifestyle. So get over to Bonsall Pool and Spa today and check out their selection of hot spring spas. Bonsall Pool and Spa, 33rd and Highway 2. Every day made better.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This year, show her she's the one with 1 carat diamond jewelry from Riddle's Jewelry, your trusted family-owned jeweler for over 60 years. Choose from Riddle's remarkable collection of 1 carat total weight diamonds in rings, pendants, bracelets, or earrings at prices you'll love with savings up to 50%. Show the one you love how much they mean to you with the perfect 1 carat diamond gift from Riddle's Jewelry.
Located in Gateway Mall.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Look around your house. You don't really have any room for Christmas gifts. Things are stuffed into closets, and your garage is a mess too. For a unique gift this holiday, call Travis at Classic Garage Solutions for their Christmas organization packages. Turn your garage from a cluttered mess to a clean, organized space that will be the envy of the neighborhood and something you can be proud of. Storage options for cabinets, monkey bars shelving, or slat wall. Call Classic Garage Solutions today at 402-730-1638. That's 730-1638.
You suffered a setback due to an illness, an injury, a stroke. Therapy Plus is here for you. Madonna Therapy Plus provides world-class outpatient physical, speech, and occupational therapy. From a minor sprain to complex medical conditions, our therapy experts can help you return to the activities you enjoy. Don't let your wellness wait. If therapy is what you need, Madonna Therapy Plus in Omaha and Lincoln is ready to help. Learn more at therapyplus.madonna.org.
Tune in all day Wednesday for 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day. Sponsored by Members Own Credit Union and Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. It's early National Signing Day this Wednesday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're thinking about a new career, improving your job skills, or just continuing your love of lifelong learning, Southeast Community College's Spring Continuing Education Catalog is hitting your mailbox soon. It's chock full of options. Learn how to write a compelling grant application, become a pharmacy tech, or even learn to ride a motorcycle. We even provide the bike. Check out your catalog or go to southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to possible.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And the Lincoln Journal-Star's Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake, sponsored by Gaina Trucking.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Early Break. Fun show so far. Check out the podcast at theticketfm.com. We'll have Robin Washington on to talk about Husker Hoops next segment. Thanks to Jeb Myers and Jeff Essing from Farrell's coming in last segment. Good stories there. You can fxblincoln.com if you want to sign up for their 10-week challenge starting January 8th. So there's a couple things I want to go to on this segment. I want to go to a couple places here. You love Mike Leach, right?
What do you think?
I love Mike Leach.
Yeah.
I think most people like Mike Leach.
Yeah, I really like.
Well, I think you would like what Mike Leach said recently over the weekend. He was talking about a little bit of their bowl game. They play Texas Tech, his former school, December 28th in the Liberty Bowl.
I love this.
Coach Mike Leach held, this is from, by the way, AL.com. He held little back when discussing player participation in bowl games. Here's Mike Leach, quote. He says, "You've got an obligation to the place that helped build and develop you and finish it out in the bowl. That's part of it. You owe it to your team. You owe it to your fans. You owe it to your coaches, and it's the most bizarre thing in the world to me. Somebody says, well, I can't play one more game. They think they're going to have a storied 10-year NFL career and then they can't play one more college game. Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, guys will go to the NFL. They'll make the Pro Bowl, and then they'll play in the Pro Bowl. It's one of the biggest absurdities I've seen, and it's selfish, too.
Okay, now,
Mike Leach.
Cue the millennials coming up with incredibly elaborate responses to this. I mean, I've heard the most elaborate responses to justify quitting that you'll ever hear. I mean, they're well thought out, they're elaborate. They're said usually in loud voices, and all I say is, well, that's a good spiel, and that's a nice euphemism for quitting on your guys. You can't have a conversation though. That's all I see when I see this. Is you made a commitment to a team, you have one game remaining, and you quit. Okay, now that is really bothers people, but that's what Leach said. Of course, I 100% agree with him. And you'll have people that make you feel terrible for saying that. But I'm done. That's all it is. We have a lot of euphemisms these days for quitting. Opt out. Well, he's got to look out for himself. Yeah, he does. Yeah, everybody does. Right? But you joined a team and you made a commitment to that team. In fact, you signed a contract basically. And now you are opting out. And then again, you're going to get this. Well, the coaches, what about Brian Kelly? Sip? He left before the playoff. Well, again, I say to them, okay, so he was wrong and you're justifying it with another wrong. Is that how we're doing things now? Yeah, Brian Kelly, that was not good. That wasn't a good look. So you justify it by saying the players should be able to quit too then on their guys. Oh, okay. Now we're all quitting. That's great. I mean, isn't that what we're talking about? Two negatives apparently adding up to a positive? No, that's not the way I see it. But you can't. What are people saying on the text line? They just hammering away at Leach and Sipple now?
Not necessarily. Let's say here's Michael in Columbia, South Carolina. He says, "I don't like opt-outs, but it is a business decision. If you're a high draft guy playing in a no-name bowl, there's a big dollar difference between the NFL and the draft rounds, and between NFL draft rounds. Why risk injury if you're not playing for a big bowl game?
Why risk injury? Because because of your commitment to a team and wanting to win another game. That's why. Isn't that important? Your commitment to a team, your guys. Now I get it. I understand. Like the one, I've been over this. When did McCaffrey go skip his bowl game? It was a Sun Bowl. Not
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey. That was a few years ago.
Probably 5 years
and I went
ago.
on a rant, and man, the millennials just whipped me on Twitter. Like his teammates, Sip, come on, his teammates are okay with it. Well, first of all, the teammates that comment to the media are probably okay with it. But there's probably some that aren't. And then of course, they're from the generation that's okay with it anyway. So yeah, I really don't care what they say. I like Myles Garrett that same year. Myles Garrett could have done it. The defensive end.
Yep.
And you know what he said? I'm not quitting on my team. I got another game to go. That he was going to be. I mean, you're talking about a first rounder. What pick was Myles Garrett?
He's first overall.
First overall. Look what Myles Garrett did. Look what Myles Garrett did. He said, "I'm not." He goes, "I'm playing. These are my guys.
My last chance."
Now,
to play.
which is more appealing?
That one.
Yeah,
playing the
What
bowl game.
sounds better to you? Myles Garrett saying, "No, I know I'm going to get drafted number one, and it would maybe make some sense financially. It's a business decision, maybe to sit up. But no, I signed up. These are my guys, and I'm playing. I'm playing for my guys. What sounds better, that or Christian McCaffrey made a nice business decision to not play in the game with his guys. What sounds better?
Playing the game.
Which guy would you gravitate to?
The guy who wants to finish the season with his guys on the football
Which
field.
guy
playing.
would you want to go have a steak with? Which guy?
The dude who's playing the game.
The guy who says I'm not turning my back on my guys. I'm a key part of this team. I'm Myles Garrett. I can affect that game. And if I don't play in it, we're not going to have nearly as good a chance to win. So I'm letting 140 guys down. Right?
Yes. Right. Yeah, true. I'm curious what is worse in your opinion. These are two tough situations, two tough scenarios. Okay, number one is you just don't play the bowl game because you want to go opt to get ready for the pros. Okay, that's option one. Okay, option two is what we saw yesterday from Texas A&M quarterback Zach Calzada, who is announcing he's going to transfer. He's not going to play in the bowl game because he's going to transfer, which is worse. He's not going pro. He's going to leave. He's not going to play in the bowl game.
What do you think?
Which one's worse to you?
They're both bad.
Which one's worse?
So what are people? Now I just want to hear the people rationalize that one. I want to hear it.
I repeat, Zach Calzada, Texas A&M's quarterback, announced Monday he is entering the transfer portal and is not going to play in the team's bowl game because he's going to look around for a school. Now, why would you do that? Why would you not play in your bowl game as you look for a new school? What if you play well? Maybe you enhance your stock for somebody else in a school you want to go to. Like, is it going to hurt you that much to practice for 2 more weeks, play in a bowl game, and then say, sayonara, I'm moving on? That one makes less sense to me than any of them.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I don't like the business decision of sitting out to save yourself from injury as you head for the draft. But this one, he is still intending to play college football somewhere else, and he can't play one more game with his team.
We've created this. So.
We've created a monster.
Well, it's not a monster. It's just we've created it. I mean, we just come up with all these words. And it all just boils down to guys quitting on their teammates. That's what it is. And there's nothing. I'm not going to rail on it, Jake. That was, by the way, it was 2016 when I was railing on it with Myles Garrett and McCaffrey. I did rail on it in 2016 when Christian McCaffrey announced he'd be skipping the Sun Bowl to prepare for the NFL draft. That same year, Leonard Fournette of LSU skipped the Citrus Bowl against Louisville, and it became a thing, right? But Myles Garrett announced that he will play in the Aggies bowl game against Kansas State. It wasn't a big bowl game. He said, I plan to practice and prepare and play in the bowl game with my teammates.
And you like that? Because you should, because that's finishing.
Yeah.
Because
who
that's
would look at
finishing
Myles
your
Garrett and say, "You're a moron"? Who would look at it?
Millennials might say that.
No, I don't even think they would. I think they would agree.
You're going to be one potentially. You're going to risk injury in that game. That's speaking for them. And that's not how I view that, but that's how they might respond to that.
Right.
Not even playing for anything important. It's just a measly bowl game.
Right.
A non-playoff big bowl game.
And let's be fair. No, I mean, I know sometimes I make cracks about millennials, but let's be fair. Not all millennials would. There's plenty of millennials that agree with what we're saying. Plenty of them. I mean, Myles Garrett would be one of them, right? He did it. He didn't have a decision to make. There was no decision in his mind. He was playing. There's guys like that. There's plenty of guys like that. Those are the more appealing guys to me. If I was an NFL personnel man, that's the kind of guy I would lean toward. Is he playing? And there's plenty of guys
that finding excuses to play or excuses not to play.
Right. There's plenty of guys who make the decision to do what? To fulfill their obligation to their fans. Like what did Leach say? It's not just to their teammates. It's to their coaches. It's to their fans. I mean, it's to their fellow student and student athletes. There's an obligation.
Yep. I'll say this. Leach once again said this quote: "You've got an obligation to the place that helped build and develop you and finish it out in a bowl. That's part of it. You owe it to your team. You owe it to your fans. You owe it to your coaches. And it's the most bizarre thing in the world to me."
Yeah, I've always found it odd. But Jake, I'm telling you, in 2016, we could probably go back and look at my Twitter. You guys know how to do that.
Sure.
I got hammered, just hammered, and I was mesmerized by it. Like, man, all these people feel this strongly about a guy walking out. They feel that, and they feel strongly enough to support him. It was really sort of a rough day for me because I thought, okay, yeah, we're turning the corner as a society. I mean, it's like this is where we're at now. That you get disparaged for supporting somebody who wants to play their final game with their guys. That elicits negative talk. I mean, come on. You would choose Myles Garrett's side over McCaffrey's, I would think, every time, I would think, right?
I would.
Yeah.
By the way, Harrison wants to make sure he chimes in that millennials are age 25 to 40.
Okay.
Gen Z is age 9 to 24.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay. Thank you.
So is this more of a Gen Z problem than millennials?
I suppose. I don't know. Who, it's a societal problem.
Whose problem is
I don't
it
even
right
want.
now?
I don't want to assign blame. It's a societal issue. I mean, we're okay now with quitting. We've become much more okay with it, right?
Here's John in Des Moines.
Go ahead.
Ready for this? His
Yeah.
text. He says, I can't rationalize it. And I don't particularly like it. But with all the embarrassing scandals and problems with college football, a player opting out of a game seems minor. Fix the big issues first, then we can deal with things like this.
Yeah, I guess. I hear where you're coming from, John. I think this is a big issue, though. I think that the word quit is one of the worst words you could ever say in athletics, right? It's one of the absolutely most unappealing. Well, it's telling. It's a very telling word, right? No, I don't think this is a small issue. That kid at Texas A&M that's not playing in the bowl, to me, is not
Zach
a small.
Calzada.
It's not a small issue because he just made it easier for a lot of other guys to do it. Not a small issue. Because now there's more of an acceptance now because he did that. Yeah, he's not even. I mean, it's amazing. Now there could be extreme. Sometimes there's circumstances that dictate that it's okay to do that. Maybe he wasn't getting along with a portion of the locker room or something, and they just decide it's best for everybody if he gets out of there. You never know.
Okay, but
there could be situations.
Yeah, but think
like
about
that.
let's say this happened in Lincoln. Let's say Nebraska made a bowl game. They're 7-5. You know, they made a bowl game. It's not great, but they're in a bowl game. And let's say Adrian then announces, "I'm not going to play in the bowl game because I want to transfer somewhere else."
Right.
That's not going to go over very well here.
Well, I would tell you this: Adrian would never do that.
Understood.
Adrian would
There's a
never.
hypothetical.
Yeah, it's a hypothetical, but Adrian Martinez isn't cut out that way. So that's what I'm saying. Like Adrian would never do that, and we came to understand that Adrian's a team guy, and it was very appealing. Even while Adrian was failing in the clutch, he got a lot of support from a lot of people, most notably his teammates. All right, his teammates always spoke for Adrian, always had his back. Why? Because they knew he had theirs. Do you think Adrian would skip out of a bowl game because he's going to another school? No way. No chance.
I didn't say he would. I was using
No, I know. No. I know. It's just a hypothetical. I get it.
Nebraska. What name? Quarterback A, whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
No, I get what you're.
Nebraska makes a bowl game.
I'm glad you used
quarterback
that.
announces, "I'm not going to play the bowl game." That does not go over well in this fan
I'm
base.
glad you used Adrian as an example because people understand what I'm saying. He had so much support, even though he was far from perfect. Clutch situations, failed a lot, but his guys always had his back because he had theirs. And he was no way Adrian Martinez as a team captain is opting out of a bowl, even though it'd be okay in a lot of people's eyes, right?
Here's a take regarding the A&M quarterback, Zach Calzada, who again is announced he's not going to play the bowl game because he's transferring. He says, "I'm not going to play the bowl game. I'm not going to beat the school next year." Texter says, "If I'm an A&M fan, I'd rather not have the guy play in the Who Cares Bowl if he's not going to come back next year."
Well,
so he's saying, good riddance. Then.
yeah.
Get out of here now.
I guess. Yeah, I understand.
Give
that.
us a chance to see who we have as a backup.
And by the way, are
quarterback,
we
maybe.
still as Nebraska fans saying "Who Cares Bowl"? I mean, really? I don't think we're doing that anymore, are we? I mean, there's some good things that have come out of all this losing. I don't think we'll do that anymore, where we just thumb our nose at certain bowls.
I think if Nebraska makes the Little Caesars Bowl in Detroit, you'd see a lot of people going next
Yeah,
year.
you'd feel pretty good about it.
Pretty packed
Yeah.
playing Central Michigan up there.
Yeah.
Because they're just
I
desperate
get
to
it
go
though. Now
travel.
I understand this is happening. It's going to keep happening, and you can't shake. Jake, I was shaking my fist at the Clouds in 2016. I don't do it anymore. There has to be an acceptance. Now, some people are going to say, "Oh, Sipple, so you've just succumbed, huh?" A little bit, because you got to function in the world, right? You gotta go forward. There's nothing you can do about it. What I've found is fascinating, is coaches on the record. Leach obviously. That's dangerous for Leach to do what he did.
But do you think Leach cares? Leach does whatever he wants to do, and he still has jobs. He still wins games.
Coaches talk like that off the record a lot, and they talk about NIL like that a lot, but they can't talk about it on the record. I mean, he did. I'm surprised he did that.
It won't hurt him.
It's Leach.
It won't hurt him. It's who Leach is.
Well, he could have a player opt out. I mean, that could happen. And at least they know where their head coach stands.
Yep.
Right?
Don't do it. You know.
Well, no.
You know where you
they
stand.
know where he stands. Yeah. They would know where he stands, which is, I'm glad you found that. It's fascinating what he said to me. I read it last night going, yeah,
This
that's
is my
perfect.
guy, Mike Leach.
That's Leach. Is that, did what he say, is that weird to people?
I hope not. It shouldn't be weird to be upset about players not playing their final game if it's on the schedule. If they have one more game scheduled for a bowl game, I don't care if it's the playoff or the Cheez-It Bowl. You're playing it, right?
It's a team sport.
It's one game.
And it's a team sport, right?
People are asking about, we did when Brendan Hymas did not play against Rutgers last year. We criticized that. We were very critical of that.
I was critical.
We were critical on these airwaves of that, saying that's not cool, man.
No.
That wasn't even a bowl. That was
a bummer. It was a bummer.
It was a bummer. Yeah, it was a bummer.
That's what it was.
Sure was. It's
I mean,
disappointing.
you can say that without hurting a kid. That's a bummer.
Unfortunate.
He's going to get ready for the bowl. Oh, so he's not going to play against Rutgers. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a bummer.
And then Nebraska turns down a bowl game, which we also were disappointed by. Hey, sue the conference to play, then you don't want to play a bowl game that anybody's eligible to play it.
The best way to put it is you don't have to cast aspersions at guys who don't play. The best way to say it as we wrap this up is it's just far more appealing to hear someone say, a player say, no, I'm playing my last game. Myles Garrett in 2016. He was 1-1. First round, first overall.
Yeah, number one pick.
He had a lot to lose in that bowl game.
Did.
Right?
Yeah.
On the off chance that he got hurt, he had a lot to lose. But he never had a doubt. Now, all I'm asking everybody is this. What's more appealing? What sounds better to you? What makes you feel better about the world? That's all I'm asking. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
We'll end this on a text from Ken. Ken is a good listener for the station. He says, Jake, I played football for 15 years, and not one badass player I knew ever talked about getting injured or worried about it. Do you think Grant Wistrom or Jason Peter ever worried about getting injured? No way. They wanted to hurt the other guy.
Right.
You can't be the player you could be or should be. If you're worried about injury, you play the game.
Thank you, Ken.
Ken.
It's beautiful.
Wonderful take.
Good
Ken.
segment, Jake.
Thank you. Thanks to Mike Leach for giving us that beautiful
God
segment.
bless him.
God bless
God
Mike
bless
Leach.
Leach. That's one thing I miss a ton of things about the Big 12, but dealing with Leach is one of them. Big one.
Robin Washut up next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is ready for Christmas. Come try their gingerbread cream cheese on any bagel or grab an eggnog latte. And don't forget their delicious breakfast sandwiches or burritos. Order online on the Bagels and Joe app or stop by any of their 4 Lincoln locations. Bagels and Joe.
Tune in all day Wednesday for 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day. Sponsored by Members Own Credit Union and Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. It's early National Signing Day this Wednesday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at PriceRightAuto.com.
The workday is long, the bills are due, and sometimes you just need to relax. There's no better way to do that than in your brand new hot spring spa from Bonsall Pool & Spa. With hot tubs as low as $75 per month and interest-free financing, you're sure to find the perfect spa to fit your lifestyle. So get over to Bonsall Pool & Spa today and check out their selection of hot spring spas. Bonsall Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2. Every day made better.
This is Brad Moline, president of Allo Communications. I'm proud to say that Allo is supporting the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. We are committed to bringing high-quality internet to everyone in our fiber communities. If you qualify for federal support or have been financially impacted during the pandemic, you may receive free 500 megabit internet from Allo. To find out more, please stop by the Allo store or go to allofiber.com/EBB.
Hi, I'm Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and the NFL, I wore lots of protective gear to safeguard my health. I'm still protecting my health, as well as my family, friends, and community because I got my COVID vaccine. And now, even kids 5 years and older can be vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get your booster shot if you qualify. It's free, it's safe, and it protects all of us. Suit up against COVID. Find out more at healthylincoln.org.
Do you know the common signs of transmission trouble?
Your engine revs before falling into gear. Shifting is rough, or you're leaking reddish-brown fluid.
Knowing the signs could mean repair instead of replace.
That's where we come in. We're certified transmission.
The job done right at the right price.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You've suffered a setback due to an illness, an injury, a stroke. Therapy Plus is here for you. Madonna Therapy Plus provides world-class outpatient physical, speech, and occupational therapy. From a minor sprain to complex medical conditions, our therapy experts can help you return to the activities you enjoy. Don't let your wellness wait. If therapy is what you need, Madonna Therapy Plus in Omaha and Lincoln is ready to help. Learn more at therapyplus.madonna.org.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home without making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We offer 12 months same-as-cash financing, Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It has not been the start to the season you wanted for Nebraska basketball. 5-6, 4 straight losses, including 2 of those sipped by 30-plus points the last 2. Michigan beat you by 35 on Tuesday, and, of course, in Saturday in Atlanta, Auburn wins 99-68. We are joined by Husker Online's Robin Washington. Good morning, Robin. I guess I'd ask you, you don't play until Sunday against Kansas State. You've lost 2 straight games by 30-plus points. Where exactly does Fred Hoiberg and this team go from here?
That's a good question. I don't know exactly what they can do at this point. I know that they're going to try to do some schematic, stylistic changes, maybe slow down the offense, design a few more set plays as opposed to running the free-flowing transition style that they want to and try to play. But other than that, you can draw up every play you want, but if guys don't make shots, it doesn't matter. If guys don't do what they're supposed to do on defense, it won't matter what you do with the basketball. So, they got a lot of issues right now, and a lot of problems, and they probably the biggest one of all is with the way things have quickly turned on them. I just worry just where they are mentally right now. Especially with essentially one more game that they're probably going to be favored right now on the schedule. It's only going to get more and more difficult. And so I guess, yes, it's still early. There's time to get this thing figured out, but they got a long way to go and a lot of warts to address. And after the last two showings, it's hard to have a lot of confidence that there's going to be drastic improvement made against the most difficult part of their schedule yet coming up here at the turn of the calendar.
Robin Washut joins us, the Husker basketball beat writer for HuskerOnline.com. You were at North Carolina State. You were in Atlanta, right, on Saturday?
Correct.
Okay. See, Robin, I ask you that to set up the question. You're around the team. You know this team very well. You were on hand for those games. How would you characterize the chemistry of this team right now?
Well, those two games were pretty polar opposites. Going into that North Carolina State game, they're coming off a 4-game winning streak, and it seemed like things were starting to click a little bit. But then after that game, when they had one chance after another to pull off a really big win and failed each and every time, I don't know how much that messed with them between the years a little bit, but since then, it's been really bad. Where you go and get housed by Indiana and get run off your home court against Michigan, and then don't stand a chance from the opening tip-off against Auburn. The competitive team and the team that fought and did a lot of things well against North Carolina State on the road in their first game away from Pinnacle Bank Arena. They've gotten significantly worse over the last 3 outings. I believe 3, since that point. So, right now the chemistry is not good. I was kind of sitting around courtside before that Auburn game, and it didn't seem like a team that expected to win. They kind of looked over and saw all the big, huge athletes Auburn had. After going through what they had gone through over the last couple of weeks, with illness, with their coaching staff situation, with the sudden departure of Matt Abdelmassi, and they had a bunch of guys that Keon Edwards didn't travel. Wilhelm had just gotten hurt. Their director of operations guy was a late scratch to go on the trip because he got sick. And after the game, CJ Wilter told me he's been sick for about 2.5 weeks. I mean, there's just a lot that they're going through right now. And then you add on 3 straight blowout losses, and then a crushing quadruple overtime defeat to kick it off. There's a lot going against them right now, and it doesn't seem to me like the confidence is in a very good spot right now. Where, like I said, they went into that Auburn game, and it just kind of looked like a team that was almost resigned to the fact that they were going to lose that one before it even started.
Well, Auburn's pretty good. I mean, we have to allow.
That's another issue.
Yeah.
They've been playing really good team.
Yeah, Auburn is an excellent team, and it looked like an excellent organization, like a big time program to me. Now I got a question though. It might seem silly. Is there any chance that Fred's just sitting back behind the scenes, listening to us talk and listening to the nature of the narrative and saying, this is a lot of overreaction. We're going to be fine. I mean, do they just need a win against Kansas State to get it back on track? Or is it just so deep seated that it's going to take much more than that?
They got to beat somebody. And Kansas State would be a nice one to have, to be able to at least get one win out of this 5-game stretch to start December.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be pretty critical, because if you go over during that and your one win in the month comes against Kennesaw State, that's not going to do much for you. So, winning solves a lot of problems. We talked a lot about this with football, where if they could just get one of those, maybe that's the turn of events that starts to get you back on track, and gives you that confidence. But, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff that, over the course of 11 games now, has not gotten any better, and in some cases has gotten a lot worse. And there's a week off of some practices. does that change a lot? Does getting a win against Kansas State, does that all of a sudden solve all your problems? I don't know. I mean, I guess from what I've seen, it's hard to, to kind of feel good about where these guys are right now mentally, especially with just how quickly this thing has gone south from a season that we went into with really high expectations.
So by Robin Washington Husker Online. Robin, you're entering Big Ten play. You just had 2 games, of course, that you lost, but you got a couple of games now, and then you have Big Ten play in January and beyond, but you have no Wilhelm Breidenbach out for the season with a leg injury. You don't have a lot of big guys. You got Derek Walker, Ed Andre. With the injury to Breidenbach, do you expect maybe to see Oleg Koyenets this year? Is it still going to be a red shirt? I mean, how do you attack the inside without having another post presence out?
Yeah, they're just going to have to play small. Oleg's not ready at all. I mean, it would be a disservice to him to throw him out there at this point. And so they're just going to have to roll with what they have. They'll probably still have some more lineups with Latin there, obviously, in the post. And then so they're just going to have to go guard heavy after that. So that's another issue. You want to talk about all the other stuff, like that's their post depth was a concern before all this other stuff started compounding on top of it. And now you're going to be without one of the key cogs of your front court. So that just added to the list of things they're going to have to try to overcome against the most difficult stretch of their schedule here, coming up in January. So, but I don't think Oleg's the answer. He's the guy that they brought in as a project. Yep. He's got some intangibles. He's a relatively skilled offensive player, but strength wise, just physicality wise, he's not ready yet, especially to just get thrown right into it in the Big Ten.
You seen any good movies lately?
I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies with my wife.
Yeah,
trying to get some cheer going around here because the professional aspect of my life has been a grind.
Oh, I completely understand that my life is falling apart.
I'm here with you, but
well, we better laugh a little bit.
Yeah, all you can do.
Now, one other question that's not exactly uplifting. We're heading towards the semester. Is anybody leaving? I mean, is anybody jumping in, out? Are you concerned about that at all?
Yeah, I haven't heard, but if anything's possible. We've seen it before with mid-semester transfers.
Yes.
Given the state of the team right now, nothing would surprise me at this point. You look at just kind of the way the minutes have gone. There's scholarship guys that probably expected to have bigger roles that aren't playing a lot right now. So if that were to happen, there's a few guys that might be likely candidates, but I haven't heard any official buzz on that. But again, just with the way this year has quickly spiraled, nothing like that would surprise me.
There's something to be said for those Lifetime movie Christmas shows that my wife watches them all the time too. They're all the same formula, but there's a lot of smiling that goes on. There's some drama, but it usually winds up happy. Maybe that's what will happen with this, right?
The Hallmark movie, Lifetime movie.
Come on, Fred, make this a Hallmark movie. Fred looks like he could be a Hallmark actor. I mean, right? He's got
a future in there. Right?
Yeah. We got like a Wonderful Life thing going on right now, where Fred's just kind of running through the streets, in the snow and.
Well, Robin, hang in there, man. It'll turn around hopefully at some point soon. Thanks for your time. We will chat with you again next week.
That will be good.
Yep. Husker Online's Robin Washington.
Yeah, it'll turn around sometime soon. What is this year? Was it 221?
Yeah.
Let's give it till 226. 2026. I'm kidding.
Well, are you though? but are you though? I don't know if you are.
I'm still in the mode of I want to see what that K-State game looks like. Kennesaw State's Kennesaw State, but I'm saying 3 more games. I just want to see if they can kind of pull out of it. That means getting a win or 2. All right. Doesn't mean playing close. It means getting a win.
No, we've seen enough.
5 and 6 is not what we expected here. Right.
No, not at all. We knew it'd be tough in December, but you also lost 2 games and you didn't want to lose in November to Western Illinois and Creighton, who was better than we thought they would be.
But I think we all agree they got robbed at North Carolina State.
Okay,
I mean, that Verge got hammered. He was going
Sure.
to the line to win that game.
And who knows how that would change the tone and their belief and everything
Right.
going forward. But
Right.
it didn't happen, and
Right.
they have been pounded 2 straight games. And that's something you can't avoid.
Right. And you can't be that fragile that it all depends on that one call. You know, it can't be that fragile, right? Not in year 3.
No. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now, 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today, college basketball coaches. What schools do these guys currently coach at? 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
We have a line open for you, 402-464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip in trivia. Again, if you win, you get a business box of bagels. If you lose, you still get a bagel and a coffee. All compliments of Bagels and Joe. By the way, they get us great coffee this morning. Thank you to Bagels and Joe for providing that to us. College basketball coaches, don't be scared. I will give you a name. You tell me what school he coaches for.
There's 350 Division I schools.
It's not like yesterday you had Big Ten basketball players. There's 14 options. There's more.
There's 350. So you got a 1 in 350 chance no matter what.
Don't be scared. 402-464-5685.
Yeah, we have a lot of people watching on the.
Yeah, people are here. I think they're
Don't
scared
be
of the top.
Well, they can't be scared.
Are they
of me.
scared of you?
No. Although I'm off. There's no Bagel Boy shirt.
You already want to know.
So I feel here they come. come.
Yeah.
A lot less pressure today. Than
Yeah, I got to assume your Tuesdays feel pretty good when you've already
Yeah.
clinched the No Bagel Boy T-shirt by Monday.
Yeah,
happy for you. Cruz,
Once again, you sound
Cruz,
very
who called
genuine.
yesterday, said people are scared of the topic. But here's some callers. We got Nate. Nate, how do you feel about college basketball coaches?
Not very good, but we'll see how it goes.
All right,
thanks
Nate.
thanks for calling, Nate.
All right, Nate, first question goes to you. What school is Brad Brownell the head coach of?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. He says, wow.
Cornell.
Cornell. I'll tell you this. I don't think many people know Cornell's head coach. I wouldn't be able to ask that. But Sip, do you want to take Brad Brownell or not?
Well, I can say this. I've heard of him.
That's good.
But it would be wise to pass right now.
It
so
would.
I'm passing.
Nebraska played him a couple years ago. It's going to be Clemson.
Oh,
Clemson,
okay.
Brad Brownell.
Should have known that.
0-0
Jake,
tie.
I should have known.
I thought you'd get that one. This is for the lead. Your first question, Sip. What school is Mike Anderson the head coach of?
Oh. Where did I know. I got it. He was at Arkansas. I went to St. John's.
St. John's. Red Storm is correct for the tie. Nate, your last question. What school is Ben Jacobson the head coach of?
Ben Jacobson, another name I've never heard of before.
He's been at the school for about 15 years.
How about not giving a bunch of clues to the people?
So you know it's a name that's not unfair.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
North Carolina State.
Ooh, he got that first word that scared me a little bit. So I'm going to go for the steal
for the win,
and then I'm going to throw it off the bank board, and I'm going to tomahawk it on Northern Iowa. How about that? How about that?
There's the tomahawk right there. Tomahawk claim. The crowd is cheering.
Yeah, wildly.
Nate, we appreciate you calling. We'll get you a bagel of coffee, but calling down the road.
All right.
Thank you, Nate.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you, Nate.
We'll get Nate. We'll get bagel of coffee. We'll get it to him from Eagle Delivery, Lincoln's homegrown delivery service, and the ticket's only choice when it comes to professional couriers. Help your company with the 3 E's: efficiency, effectiveness, economics. That's Eagle Delivery. Again, delivering him, Nate, our bagel of coffee from today. Congrats to you, Sip. 2-0 in the week.
And 5 games over since the reset. That's 37-32. I'm in NBA playoff contention at 37 and 32. Probably what am I looking at? 6 seed, 5
Yeah,
seed?
probably 5 or 6 seed.
Yeah.
Heat lost to the Cavs again last night.
Is that right? I'm sorry.
They have no problem with Harrison's pathetic Bulls, but we have issues with the Cavaliers for some reason.
Yeah. Cavaliers still got some Kevin Love.
He's off the bench.
Is he coming off the
Got
bench?
some guys. I'm like, who are these guys?
All right. Well, you got another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Come on. Nobody wants to hear you
sorry.
talk about the NBA.
No, I don't even.
They
like
want to
talking
hear
about-
me talk about the NBA.
Okay, is that right? Okay, Sip. What school is Wayne Tinkle the head coach?
Wayne Tinkle. Wayne Tinkle.
Great name, by the way.
Wayne Tinkle is a head coach at Jake. He was in the NCAA tournament
last year.
Yeah. I'll say VCU. Richmond.
What was that guess?
Richmond. Okay. James Madison. James Madison. Okay. Hold on. I'll get it. Texas Christian. Nope. I know who that guy is. Forget that. Who is it? Where did he go?
Oregon State.
Oregon State. Yeah, I don't. Should have gotten it.
You know what's incredible? By the way, before we get to the spillover,
What's incredible?
Oregon State was an Elite 8 team last year.
Yes, they were.
And at least they are 1-8 overall
wow.
this year. They are 1-8. They've lost 8 straight games. It's not great.
Their roster must have got ravaged.
They played tonight against UC Davis, a chance to end an 8-game losing
Maybe a bunch
streak.
of guys transferred to another school.
Maybe that's the way. Maybe that's what happened. But Wayne,
Maybe the portal
from
guy.
Elite 8 to 1-8 start. That's not the way you want to be there for Wayne Tinkle and company. The spillover with Happer and Schaefer is next on Early Break in the Ticket. Last thing before break, guys, it's getting darker and colder outside every day. That means your time playing golf, tennis, whatever you do outside is getting limited, but you can always find things to do inside, including craft axe throwing in Lincoln. They're open 7 days a week from 4 to 9 p.m. on Monday through Thursday, from noon to 11 on Friday, Saturday, and from noon to 9 on Sunday. Parties and events are welcome anytime. For more information, call them at 402-802-9696 or go to craftaxethrowing.com. That's Craft Axe Throwing, 18th and N in Lincoln.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers says let it snow because a white New Year's Eve could mean free jewelry. Shop from November 24th to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with approved credit. And remember, shop from November 24th to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
You know what? I'll get the bill.
Wow, are you sure?
Yep, your dinner is on me tonight, bestie.
Thank you. That is so sweet of you.
You know what else is sweet? My members own credit card rewards. Between the cash back, Amazon rewards, and no hidden fees, I feel like a kid in a candy store.
Hey, wait a minute. That's why you're buying dinner?
Maybe. Life is sweeter with a credit card from Members Own. Apply for your new card today at membersowncu.org. Limitations may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A beautiful December day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, top out near 59 with a south wind at 10. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, a low dropping down to around 50. As we head into our Wednesday, a high wind warning in effect. South-southwest winds could gust over 60 miles per hour. Will reach a high of 70. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket. and theticketfm.com.
Do you know the common signs of transmission trouble?
Your engine revs before falling into gear. Shifting is rough, or you're leaking reddish-brown fluid.
Knowing the signs could mean repair instead of replace.
That's where we come in. We're certified transmission.
The job done right at the right price.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and now I'm protecting it with the COVID vaccine. Everyone, even kids 5 years and older, can get the vaccine too. If you've been vaccinated, now you can get your booster shot if you qualify. Stay strong, get vaccinated, and learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Chris Plank of Sooners Radio Network here with us. Were you shocked that he left?
Yeah, I got a phone call that, hey, coaches don't have to be in for a while, so we're pushing everything back. 10 minutes later, he's off to U.S. So that's how blindsided everyone was. The host of their coaches show was sitting on the set waiting for Lincoln to show up and tape the coaches show, and he never did. So everybody was blindsided by this.
Weekdays from 2 to 3 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Circa Sports is now in Iowa, and when we come to town, we bring the party. Join the Circa Sports team at Barley's Bar in Council Bluffs this Friday. Watch Creighton Villanova meet Circa's Derek Stevens, VSiN's Mike Palm, hang with Stephen M. Sipple, and more. And when you download the Circa Sports app, your first drink is on us, and find out how you can leave with exclusive Circa Sports swag. Join Circa at Barley's Bar this Friday night. Circa Sports Iowa. Sports betting the way it should be.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Mike Schaefer not here yet, but Connor Happer is. Hello, Happer.
Hello.
I have a question for you guys.
All right.
What is it?
So I gave you the questions for the game show, then Happer did it during the break. I did not ask this tiebreaker question yet, which I'm curious how you guys go with this.
Okay. Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this?
Who wants to put a number out? Who wants to go over under?
Happer, you put the number out. Okay, I'll put the number out. Wow. All right.
I didn't even see the face he gave you.
Yeah.
It changed
It
so
was
quickly.
very
What was his
disappointing.
face?
Naturally.
Like, yeah, okay,
Just
whatever.
okay. Yeah,
No,
I'll
no,
put-
I got it. I'm putting a number out. You
All
go.
right, Happer will go over under this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. How many current college basketball head coaches in Division I have been at their current job before the year 2000?
Whoa.
They have been there since before 2000. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Get the question?
Yeah. So you're talking about like 21 years on the job.
At least 20. Yeah, 21 plus years. Sure. Let's go with
Okay,
that.
not many. Out of 358.
Yep.
I will say 11.
Under.
What's your number?
I would have said 6.
The answer is 9, so it is under.
Oh, we're close.
Smack in the
Here
middle there.
are the names. Jim Boeheim has been at Syracuse since 1976.
Old.
Happer.
Sip was in college when he
Yeah,
started.
imagine
What?
that.
No, I was not in college.
Yeah.
In 76?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I was
Sorry.
10.
Oh, sorry. I was
So
thinking
no, I was a very I was
even
I was in the
better.
gifted program, but they didn't put me in college.
Sorry, even better. Sip was 10 years old when Jim Boeheim began as head coach.
Yeah,
at
One of these
Syracuse.
days, I'll give you a good Pelini line after you're done with
Okay,
this.
Coach K has been at Duke since 1980. A guy named Greg Campy has been at Oakland in Michigan since 1984.
Say that.
Nice.
Say his name.
Greg Camp.
Yeah, gotcha.
Bob McKillop has been at Davidson since 1989.
Wow.
Coach Steph Curry there, of course.
89 was a
That's
good year.
crazy.
Tom Izzo's been at Michigan State since
Okay, so
1995.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
Oh.
Boeheim and Coach K, like that makes sense.
A man named Fran O'Hanlon's been at Lafayette since 1995.
Okay.
James
Fran O'Han.
Yep. James Jones has been at Yale since 1999.
Ivies makes sense, yeah.
Mike McConaughey's been at Northwestern State since 1999, and Mark Few has been at Gonzaga since 1999.
How about that?
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
All coaches who've been there for 21 plus
I
years.
think I can say this Pelini line. It's a little bit inappropriate.
We'll get more the merrier.
I was telling him one
Happer's
time,
easy.
I said, yeah, I was in the gifted program. He goes, you were in a gifted program, really? And I'm like, yeah, every Wednesday there would be a bus would come to my school and take me to another school.
Naturally.
He goes, oh, is that what they told you? There it was.
Yeah, there it was. There it was.
Harrison, it's okay.
Harrison's like,
It's okay.
Yeah,
we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay, what's going on, Schaefer?
Schaefer, hello.
Not much. What have I missed?
Did you hear the question I asked to Happer and Sipple?
Oh,
No.
jeez.
I want to see the number again.
It's not that
No, I just
interesting.
want to see.
Yeah.
All right. The question was this. This is a tiebreaker. How many current college basketball head coaches in Division I have been at their current jobs before the year 2000?
Put a number out there.
There are 358 jobs.
Okay, so 7.
Good number.
9.
Good
said
number.
6.
I said 6.
You said 11.
Yeah.
You
So
said
we're all in
9.
the range. That's pretty impressive that we're all in the range.
In
None
my
of us
head,
are
I
so.
just had to run through at least like 5 of them, and then I just decided to add a few.
Probably a
Okay,
couple
so
more.
Happer said something interesting. What's the level of struggle of UNO basketball right now?
Yeah, what? Yeah, this is incredible.
I was looking at the net rankings. So there are 358 teams. UNO is 351st.
Okay.
They don't have a win technically against a team that counts. They do have a win. It's against Hastings College.
Okay. Yeah.
But it doesn't count. So they're technically 0-9, and they, they play a tough schedule. Like they're not going to beat Purdue, Texas Tech, K-State. Like
No.
you have to go on the
No.
road. Those
Yeah.
are bye games
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they have 3 quad 4 losses already to Southern Illinois, Edwardsville at home, and then at Ball State and at Montana.
Yeah. They play a tough schedule. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
Didn't Southern Illinois Edwardsville
Almost
take
beat
Creighton to
Creighton.
the brink?
Almost beat Creighton.
Just teams in
Yes.
teams in Omaha. They just go
Can't
after
deal with
hard
Southern
up
Illinois,
there.
Edwardsville.
It's a
But
tough
Creighton,
team.
Creighton also had a tough time with Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Right after having a tough time with Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, which is odd.
UNO's basketball program's really sort of in an interesting spot because Darren Hanson's still their coach. That's who they had before they transitioned up.
Mhm.
And kind of the question I think had sort of been, how would he transit? Like, because I mean, it's just a difference between being a D2 basketball coach and being a D1 basketball coach and evaluating and recruiting and all of those things.
Mhm.
And so people were really curious about that. They had a few-year run where they were pretty dangerous in the Summit. And
Yeah.
the bottom has really kind of
Wow.
come out the last 2 years.
Yeah, because they were playing. I mean, we were watching on TV those weekday night games when they're playing for this all of
Yeah.
it in the Summit. And so I was
Trayshawn
surprised.
Thurman and
Yeah.
guys like that. Yeah.
So I was surprised when Happer said that on the break.
It's basically all guys who are from Omaha, and not all guys, but most of the guys are from Omaha, but it's kind of, I mean, Frankie Fiddler, we remember that.
Yeah,
name.
sure.
And he's
Yeah.
just a freshman, I think.
Yeah.
And he's one of their leading guys at this point. Kyle Ludke, I think it was a walk-on there.
Mhm.
Isaiah Poorbear Chandler, he went to Central. Ferrarini, he's an Omaha guy. Akola Rope down the list. Akola Rope isn't playing much. But yeah, those are kind of the guys that they have. But,
Jake.
Nobody averaging over 9 points or 10 points a game.
Jake, say this with me. Creighton is carrying the flag, the basketball
No,
flag.
I'm not
in the
going to
state.
Say it with them.
No.
Say it with
I
me.
like
9-2.
Happer to say that
9-2 coming off a win against 24th ranked BYU.
They looked impressive too. I guess I don't like complimenting Creighton, but I watched the highlights. They went to Sioux Falls, the Pentagon, where Nebraska played Oklahoma State a couple years ago
that
and
was a
won.
good game. Yeah.
And they just kicked BYU's butt.
Yep, they did. Yep.
Ryan Hawkins, is that the guy's name again?
Ryan
24
Hawkins.
points for
He's the
Hawkins.
Northwest Missouri State transfer.
He is a Northwest Missouri State transfer, and he's dunking on people.
They just find winners, man. Creighton they find.
Thank you for saying
winners.
that.
I gotta respect the program. I don't like it, but they just this is supposed to be a bad year. They lost 5
Right.
starters.
Right.
Here they're 9-2, beating ranked teams, blowing them out in a neutral site game.
Yeah, you got to respect it.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Yeah. That's kind of where it goes, right?
Have you seen any good movies?
They always have a good point guard,
Schaefer looks sad over there today.
I just don't have anything to add to the
Whenever-
Creighton love fest going on right now.
Not a
I thought
love
this
fest.
was Lincoln.
I know. Well, it is Lincoln. I'm not trying to shower
You-
praise. at Creighton.
you guys need to calm down. You guys can
Okay, Jay, screw over here. Let's leave the Jays outside the door.
Simple.
No one's interested in Creighton's win from Sunday.
All simple
We
is
can all
saying
move on.
is that you can respect the quality of basketball they're playing with,
I do respect
with the
it.
talent that they have. And
They're very good.
maybe-
I don't have interest in talking about
And
it.
maybe
Two
there's
different things.
a program here that could take a couple lessons from what they're doing. Maybe.
I mean, that's all well and good. We don't have to talk about it 19 times
Who's their-
since that game.
I don't think we've
Like,
talked
I feel
about that
it's
much.
come up a lot. Like Creighton has great point guard play. Creighton
I was
knows
just
what
going to
they're
ask,
doing.
who is
Look
their
at
point
Schaefer,
guard?
man.
I
Ryan
totally
Nembhard.
understand this. I'm just very not interested in it.
Interesting.
I wish we could win here. It'd be fun.
It was hard
You
talking
guys
to
should
Robin.
be interested in it.
It was hard talking to Robin today. The Robin's appearance.
Robin was in a really bad place, I thought.
Yeah, well, he's covering a train wreck. I mean, and that's not easy. It's not easy to do.
No.
And it's what sounds like it's only going to get worse. So there's that.
It appears to be.
You know, it's not like there's good news just coming around.
I know I'm doing this thing where I keep
Coming around the
saying,
horn.
well, I just want to see what the next game looks like. Kansas State. Like, that's going to solve everything if they beat a bad Kansas State team.
You asked the question.
No problem.
I'm glad that you did this because I overheard you asking a question to Robin. And the question was, is it possible that we're overreacting to this? And after that, I built an entire 30-minute argument as to why we are not overreacting to any of this.
I just wonder.
So that'll be on the show.
I just
today.
picture
nice.
Fred sitting back and go, listen to all these guys. We're about to go on a heater. Then then what are we going? Then what are they going to say?
I don't know if he's doing that.
I got a
I don't
strange
know.
feeling he's not doing that at all. Yeah.
You don't think he's smiling like a Cheshire cat in that office, going, "All right,
I got something up my sleeve.
Yeah.
These
We're gonna-
guys have no
we got-
idea what's about to
we got a press break. We got a press coming."
Look at that.
We're gonna- yeah.
No, it turns out it's just Oleg.
Yeah, Koyanet's out there's secret weapon, 20
no,
points.
no, Robin said he's nowhere near ready, so it's not that.
You asked
That's
about
why
Oleg.
you have a
I
secret.
did. I said,
You
well,
asked about Oleg?
I said Wilhelm's out. You have no post presence. Or you got
Is
two
it
guys.
Oleg time?
I said, is there a chance you might see? He was like, no, there's no
Because
chance.
he said he's nowhere near ready.
He's
Why
not
he's
ready.
a perfect secret weapon.
Oh yeah, he's not ready. Here comes Oleg to fire a couple threes up there.
He plays like the Joker.
Yeah, it seems like a Jake.
Where's this guy been?
Good on you for asking.
I
Seems
had
like a
to.
smokescreen to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
he's-
you. I had to
Look
see
at
you.
Sorensen uncovering the big news.
I get it.
I-
People
I-
don't want to tell people about Oleg. He's
I
too strong.
unearth big things on this show. Oleg,
Yeah.
yeah, I do.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hot route. Red 7, red 7, red 7. Hot route. Down, set, hut.
Did the Monday night game between the Cardinals and Rams catch your eye last night?
It was an entertaining game. It felt like they really were pushing this like it was a monster matchup. And I watched the entire thing. I was entertained to the end. You know, a lot of onside kicks being recovered as of late, which makes football more fun. In the
It does.
final, minute and a half.
God, that does make it fun.
By the way, Rams won 30-23 in the desert last night.
Thank you, Jake.
Happer, did you watch that game?
Yeah, I cut the game. I cut the last few minutes. There was a guy who was just screaming into the crowd mic.
Oh, is that right?
For the entire last 8. I don't know. Maybe it was happening the entire game, but I didn't get home until after 9. So
I had it pretty turned down because I just don't care for the Monday night
It's like,
crew.
you know, it was it was a good crowd, but you know, and you could hear the crowd noise, but there was just one guy going. You could very clearly hear him. It was almost like the Vandy Whistler at the College World Series, but it was just one guy.
Boy. Oh boy!
Not actual words, just yelling.
Well, occasionally he would say some words, and I don't know that it was particularly.
Isn't there a way around that for the network? Couldn't they?
I don't know what
Couldn't they move the
what the
boom
mic
mic
situation
Yeah.
is, but turn it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Turn that mic a little bit.
You find the guy and you just push him out.
We do
You
we
need
do
to
the
leave.
games at the high school venues. You know, the crowd mic's out there, and sometimes there's so few people there. You like, I got to get something.
Yeah.
You end up hearing some conversations
Yeah.
that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
Crank
hear.
that mic up a little bit, right?
Let's go live to the stands.
Turns out Happer's just part of a surveillance team.
Yeah, crowd mic. Yeah.
All right. Good job, guys.
Happer and Schaefer is next for Steve
Good
Sipple.
job.
I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.